9 signs you're too nice for your own good. Did you know that according to psychologists, being too nice can actually be detrimental to your well-being? It sounds counterintuitive, right? But here's the deal. While kindness is undoubtedly a virtue, there's a fine line between being considerate and being overly accommodating to the point where it impacts your own needs and boundaries. In today's discussion, we're diving into the world of excessive niceness. We'll explore the revealing signs that you might be too nice for your own good, that your kindness might be leaning into self-sacrifice rather than healthy altruism. This awareness could be a game changer for maintaining balanced relationships and safeguarding your well-being. So are you ready to find out if you're hitting the niceness extreme? Let's embark on this insightful journey. Number 9. Boundary setting feels like scaling Mount Everest. One of the most common indications that someone is too nice for their own good is difficulty setting boundaries. This can appear in various ways, such as saying yes to every request or allowing others to treat you poorly without speaking up for yourself. You may be afraid of disappointing others or being concerned that saying no will make you appear unhelpful or unkind. However, setting boundaries is critical for your own well-being and happiness. In your dating life, for example, you may find yourself accepting behavior from your partner that makes you uncomfortable or unhappy. Perhaps they constantly cancel plans at the last minute or frequently make hurtful comments or jokes at your expense. If you have difficulty setting boundaries, you may allow this behavior to continue without speaking up, even if it's causing you stress or anxiety. Setting a boundary in this case may imply having a conversation with your partner about what you will and won't tolerate in a relationship. You'll prioritize your needs and happiness while demonstrating to your partner that you deserve to be treated with respect. Setting boundaries is not always easy, but it's necessary to live a fulfilling life. Setting healthy boundaries will help you feel more confident, assertive, and in control of your life, whether at work, with friends, or in romantic relationships. Number 8. Accepting help feels like swallowing a bitter pill. If you have a tough time requesting or accepting help from others, this is an indication that you're too nice for your own good. While it's admirable to want to help others, it's also crucial to recognize when you require support or assistance. Asking for help isn't a symbol of weakness. Rather, it's a badge of strength and self-awareness. It speaks volumes about your ability to recognize your limits and muster up the courage to gather the resources you need for success. If seeking help makes you squirm, how about changing your perspective? View it as a chance to strengthen your bond with others. Let yourself be seen in your vulnerability and gratefully accept help when it comes your way. Remember, needing help doesn't make you a burden or a failure, but simply an authentic, relatable human being. After all, we aren't designed to sail through life's waves single-handedly. Number 7. You apologize constantly. Sorry. Ever find yourself uttering sorry more often than needed? Psychologists say this could be a sign that you're overly nice. Imagine this. You're constantly saying sorry for things that aren't even your fault. Does that sound like you? The constant need to apologize can hint at a struggle with assertiveness, especially in your relationships. Think about it. If you're always apologizing, even when expressing your personal opinion, it could lead to a skewed dynamic where your partner might start seeing you as overly apologetic or passive. If you constantly apologize, take a step back and consider whether the situation warrants an apology. You'll be able to assert yourself more confidently and build stronger, healthier relationships if you learn to distinguish between situations where an apology is appropriate and those where it isn't. Number 6. You tiptoe around conflict. Are you the peacekeeper in every situation, always avoiding conflict? Well, it's commendable to strive for harmony. Avoiding conflict can actually harm your well-being and lead to a simmering resentment. Avoiding conflict in your relationships might mean you're holding back from having those necessary, albeit difficult, conversations. This not only restricts your voice, but also limits the chances for collaborative problem solvings with your partner. So the next time you sense an urge to avoid conflict, try asserting yourself. It's a vital step towards prioritizing your happiness. Number 5. You always put others first. Do you always put others first? Sometimes at the cost of your own well-being. While being empathetic and compassionate is wonderful, doing so excessively can pave the way to burnout and resentment. Imagine constantly adjusting your schedule or preferences for your friends or partner, leaving your own needs unaddressed. Not only are you setting an unsustainable trend, but also compromising your happiness. Experts agree that self-care isn't selfish. It's a crucial part of maintaining your well-being. By setting boundaries, your time and energy, you're actually laying the foundation for healthier, more balanced relationships. Number 4. You struggle to assert yourself. Do you find it tough to put your foot down or voice your opinion? Being too nice might be the culprit here. You may hesitate to speak up or take action, even if it means ignoring your needs or desires. While it's important to be considerate of others, consistently avoiding voicing your honest opinion can lead to a lack of respect or recognition for one's capabilities and desires. You may avoid providing honest feedback or opinions, even if it means sacrificing your values or beliefs. However, sacrificing your own needs and desires is not only a disservice to yourself, but also establishes a pattern of behavior that can be difficult to break in the long run. Remember that assertiveness does not imply being overly aggressive or confrontational, but rather communicating your needs and desires clearly and respectfully. You'll be able to set clear boundaries and expectations for yourself and others by learning to assert yourself, and you'll be able to build a more fulfilling relationship and experiences. So if you're having trouble asserting yourself, try challenging yourself to speak up and act in situations where you feel uncomfortable or undervalued. You'll be taking an important step towards true happiness by doing so. Number 3. You give too much of yourself. Picture this. You're constantly compromising for your partner, adjusting to their schedule, and even sidelining your hobbies. Recognize the pattern? Bending over backwards for others and neglecting your own needs in the process is a definite sign that you are too nice. The consequences? Burnout, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. While generosity is a virtue, remember too much of anything isn't good. A healthy relationship is about mutual respect and compromise, not one-sided sacrifices. Giving too much of yourself means you neglect your own needs, and this sets an unsustainable standard for your relationships. So don't forget, taking care of your needs isn't being selfish. It's about maintaining balance and ensuring your relationships thrive on mutual understanding and respect. Put those boundaries in place, my friend. You deserve it. Number 2. You fear rejection. Another indication that someone is too nice for their own good is a fear of rejection. This fear can be so strong that it prevents people from taking risks or expressing their true feelings because they fear rejection. Experts suggest this fear of rejection can create a dynamic where you're constantly prioritizing others' needs, even at the cost of your own happiness. Not exactly the recipe for a joyful life, right? Some people's fear of rejection is motivated by a desire to avoid conflict or maintain the status quo, even if it means sacrificing their needs or desires. For example, they may continue to work or be in relationships that no longer serve them because they fear the unknown or the possibility of rejection. Fear of rejection can be especially problematic in the context of dating. It may cause someone to avoid expressing their true feelings or fear of being rejected or hurt by their partner. But here's the catch. Letting this fear control you is like putting yourself in a cage, limiting the opportunities life has to offer. Number 1. You downplay your accomplishments. If you have a tendency to minimize your achievements, you may be too nice for your own good. It's admirable to be humble and modest. Still, you may be undervaluing yourself and consistently dismiss compliments or downplay your accomplishments. Of course, no one wants to come across as boastful, but acknowledging your accomplishments can boost your self-esteem, motivating others, and reflecting your true capabilities. So next time when someone compliments your achievement, how about responding with a simple thank you and basking in the appreciation? Try to reframe your thinking if you have trouble downplaying your achievements. Instead of downplaying your accomplishments, try to recognize and celebrate them. Share your accomplishments with others and accept compliments with grace. You've earned the right to be proud of your achievements and feel good about yourself. Don't be afraid to own and celebrate your accomplishments. In the end, remember being kind is a wonderful trait, but it's equally important to be kind to yourself. So do a little self-check every now and then. Prioritize your needs and don't be shy to step into your own light, even if you feel a little awkward at first. After all, as they say, self-love isn't selfish, it's necessary. And there you have it. Remember to give yourself the kindness you give others. What's next? You could be unraveling habits of wrecking your confidence, or discovering the traits that make someone low value. Just select one and let's keep this enlightenment rolling. Until our next talk, take care.